If your 2018 and newer JL Wrangler steering is feeling a bit weak or loose, or you've found yourself doing some more intense wheeling lately, then the Mammoth HD drag link is a worthy addition to your build. This is going to provide a noticeable upgrade to your factory drag link and will help keep that vital connection between your steering box and your wheels really nice and tight, especially when the going gets tough. Plus, it bolts right on and it comes in at a reasonable price. Now, it's no secret that Wranglers tend to chew through steering and suspension components, especially if you're using them the way they were intended. So if yours is experiencing death wobble, or you've just got a general bit of looseness in the steering, something like the drag link or some component within it might be the culprit. And while you're in there, you might as well upgrade too. And what we have here is a fully assembled drag link that is beefier than your stock one. This is designed to remove any slop from the steering system and improve the drivability of your JL, also by reducing bump steer. Now, the assembly itself is thicker and stronger than your factory link, so if you find yourself out on some tougher trails, this is going to be one less thing you have to worry about. Hitting a big rock won't take this out as easily as it might with your original, and it's also not going to jerk the wheel in your hand as much either, so again, you're getting rid of bump steer. And with brand new heavy duty ball joints attached at either end, not only will this eliminate slop, but it's also going to make your steering feel a bit tighter and more responsive than it did the day your Jeep rolled off the assembly line. Now, there are two adjustment points as well, one on either side, and those adjustments are easy to make while this is installed. Plus, this is designed to bolt right into place, so there's no need to modify anything else on the Jeep itself. The components here are all made from high quality, heavy duty steel. Again, this is going to be a lot heftier and thicker than your original. Now, this is double adjustable again with a sleeve and pinch bolt assembly on either side. Again, just like your original, but beefed up. Now, the ball joints come pre-installed. As you can see them, this one's a little bit loose down here because I just haven't tightened it all the way up. But the more important part is that they are also equipped with Zerk fittings on the back, meaning that these are greasable so you can help extend their life. Plus, the center section is finished in a nice gray powder coat finish to help protect against rust and corrosion and give you a little bit of extra good looks thrown in. So this should be able to handle whatever you can throw at it. Pricing comes in at about $275, and considering it comes out of the box already set to go, that is a pretty darned good price for one of these. You'd be hard pressed to find another upgraded drag link for less money, and piecing the components together separately will likely end up costing you just as much, if not more. So you can save yourself some hassle and some cash with this one, and also get an upgrade while you're at it. Installation gets a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 2 hours to complete. Now, like I mentioned, this is a bolt-on job, definitely something you can accomplish at home. However, it is going to take some time to do, and you've got to get up in there, separate those original ball joints, and if you've never had the pleasure of doing that before, it can be a little bit difficult. Plus, once you've got this installed and just adjusted by eye, you really should take your Jeep for an alignment and make sure it's tracking straight and true down the road. But with that said, we're going to hand things over to one of our XT customers now, who will walk you through the entire installation process step by step.
Okay, for the parts that we used for the removal, we used 7/8 socket to remove the lug nuts, take the wheels off. We used a 13/16 deep well to remove the castle nuts off the end of the drag link. We also used a 13/16 wrench to remove the driver side on the pitman arm because we couldn't get a socket in there. We used the pickle fork to separate the joint on the pitman arm. The driver side, or the passenger side, was the bad side. It came out without it, but we would have used that for that as well. Tape measure to measure the distance on the original drag link and to set the distance on the new one. Use an impact to make things go faster. We use a pair of pliers for the cotter pins on each end of the drag link once we set the castle nuts. We use a 22mm deep well socket to set the castle nuts to 90 foot-pounds on the drag link, and we used a 19mm socket for the clamps on the nuts and bolts on each side of that. We also used a 19mm wrench to help out on the other side, on the nut or on the bolt side. We used a hammer along with the pickle fork to separate that joint. We also used a large crescent wrench to set the sleeve in the new drag link. We had an extension for the impact. We also used a 22mm wrench to go along with the 22mm socket for the driver's side pitman arm where we couldn't quite get the socket in there. And then we had a torque wrench to set a torque on everything.
I do an install of a Mammoth HD drag link on a 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon. We got the Jeep lifted up on the lift already. We're gonna start by removing the wheels, and we have the tire turned slightly to the right to make the removal and install a little bit easier, but we'll start removing all the lug nuts.
Move on to the other side. Do the same thing over here. We'll remove this nut off the top of this end of the drag link. We will loosen it, separate it, come on the other end, loosen it, separate it, and then we'll be able to remove the nuts completely and pull the drag link out. 13, 16 to 16. So on this side, we're gonna grab a wrench to get in there, see if we can't get at it, because we can't quite get a socket in there. So let's see if we can break it loose with.
All right, that would be good to move that, the nut still, so we'll remove the nut completely on both ends.
I have to turn the wheel a little bit.
Turn the wheels some there.
New Mammoth HD drag link came in the box, as you see. We did remove the castle nuts off the end of it, but it came just like this. What we're gonna do now is measure the length from one end to the other on the old one. We'll match that up on the new one, so it's the same dimensions. And then we'll install the new one like that.
So we're gonna measure from we're gonna make sure the tie rod ends are straight, and we're gonna take a measurement from the center of the tie rod end to the center of the tie rod end on the other side. All right, and then we'll want to make sure that we've got plenty of tie rod end threaded into the ends here, as you can see in the channel. Quite a bit in on that side, and then same story over on the other side. Just make sure we have plenty in there to bite on when we bolt it down.
So with the provided hardware, put the bolts and nuts in.
And this part will be a little bit easier with an extra set of hands. We're gonna basically install it in the same orientation that we took the other one off. So as he installs it on this side, all right.
Start threading that in just a little bit, just enough to hold it. Now, this orientation of this drag link, the angle should be facing forward.
We might actually have to take the grease zerk off until we get it on. Looks like it's in the way a little bit. So in order to get it to clear that, we're gonna have to remove that grease zerk.
Oh, actually it went there. Let's put that there, put it in place. I don't have to lose my measurement I had going on. And we will check all this once we're done.
You can go ahead and tighten up both ends of the castle nut, or both ends of the drag link, the castle nut, and we will then set the bolts holding it together. So we're going to torque these to 90 foot-pounds. Good to go. And we'll hold this up to the orientation that it was on the old one when it was removed. That's probably good for right now until you get the torque wrench. And we'll do the same on this other side. We got the torque wrench set to 90 foot-pounds, and we're gonna torque these up to 90 foot-pounds as well. So now for this side, we're gonna tighten this collar down before we tighten up the set bolt. And again, we'll take this to 90 foot-pounds. Give it a couple pumps of grease till it's tight in there. It should just pull off, it's tight. And same for the other side. And we'll clean up the grease. We can go ahead and check like range of motion. Turn it all the way to the left and to the right so you can just rock the wheel. We'll make sure that we got good clearance on this side, a full steer, both directions. Everything looks good. So all that's left now is we'll reinstall our cover here that we removed off the front just for ease of access with the camera. It's not necessary for what we actually did. And then we'll go ahead and throw the wheels back on and go over a tool overview. And then once we set this down off the lift, we'll go ahead and torque those up appropriately.
That's going to wrap it up here for our review and install of the Mammoth HD drag link fitting 2018 and newer JL Wranglers. Thanks so much for watching, and for everything Jeep, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.